Just slide it across. Boom.
Hey guys, in today's video let's explore the history of iOS, which is the world's most advanced mobile operating system. As we all know, we just saw an announcement about its 14th iteration, and starting from the iPhone OS 1. It was introduced in 2007 with the introduction of iPhone itself. Multi-touch capacitive screen, buttery smooth scrolling with skeuomorphic UI, and innovative gestures such as pinch to zoom. It was different from what we were used to back then. Moving to iPhone OS 2.0, it introduced the VPN services for secure browsing, and the biggest announcement was the SDK for development of third-party apps. Developers then realized how easy it was to develop for mobile with this SDK. With iOS 3.0, Apple brought cut-paste copy to iPhone with easy interaction interface and the extended landscape keyboard support for other made by Apple apps. Restrictions and the form autofill was so handy. In-app purchases and push notifications with customizable alerts and sounds were introduced. In 2010, iOS 4 was released. This allows clutter-free home screen, and the next big feature was the multitasking capability. It added support for highlighting and note-taking to Books app or previously iBooks app. A better of options were provided to explore content across books with easy navigation, and iAds for monetization in iOS apps. The FaceTime video calling was introduced at the same venue. Moving to the iOS 5, which was released in 2011, it was jam-packed with features starting from introduction of Notification Center on iOS, also including banner notifications. Multitasking capabilities were enhanced by allowing background downloads for books and news tabs, reading lists in Safari, photo editing in native photos, ability to search entire message content, and built-in dictionaries integrated in menu alongside copy, cut, paste. At that occasion, split keyboard for iPad was also presented, and the software updates were shifted to over-the-air transmission. The iPhone had an easy setup screen. Data was synced to iCloud, and the most appreciated feature was the introduction of Siri. iOS 6 landed with Apple's own Maps app, replacing current Google Maps as default map and navigation app. And Siri acquired much more capabilities. It allowed FaceTime calls over cellular networks, and guided access was introduced. In other words, you can say that it was the most polished version of skeuomorphic looking iOS. iOS 7 was all about UI redesign, where skeuomorphic design was replaced with flat design, while later on trend was adopted by many other software companies across the globe. iOS 7 brought parallax effects to home screen and other parts of iOS. All the apps were redesigned from ground up, which started a new design era continuing to date. Also introduced the control center for the very first time, where it was slidable from the bottom of the screen. iOS 8 included interactive notifications and the improved multitasking windows showing up recent contacts. For iPad, it also included tab drawers. It also brought recently deleted folders to photos and notes. iOS 8 also brought predictive text suggestions integrated right into the keyboard. iOS 9, it redesigned lock screen, included rich notifications, and extended 3D touch support. It was a bigger update for iPad, providing capability to open two apps side by side on iPad. This was very useful for 12.9-inch models, where you can run a full-size keyboard in bigger app windows. With iOS 10, Apple redesigned the control center, and photo memories were introduced. iOS 11, with this update, Apple redesigned the App Store with stories, added enhanced photo editing capabilities to Photos app, and much more machine learning based capabilities. Next big thing was the release of ARKit, which opened a whole new paradigm for iOS devices. Let's see this demo delivered by Apple. iOS 12 comes out with the screen time. iOS 12 covered a huge range of devices in terms of compatibility. It also improved performance on older devices. In 2019, iOS 13 comes out, which focused both on usability and redesign. It introduced the dark mode with support for all native apps and third-party apps. It also introduced something similar to Street View for iOS. With Apple, with support for web apps as well, advanced photo editing and video editing tools in Photos app. The app itself received a major refresh with deeper machine learning integration. And this was the time when iPad was updated with its special version of software called iPad OS. This allowed true multitasking by providing a feature which I personally asked for, that is the ability to run 2 instances of a single app simultaneously. Also, super easy gestures were introduced on iPad for cut, copy and paste to undo. And a new compact keyboard size conversion was introduced in form of floating keyboard. And now finally the iOS 14, the most recent refresh, which is about to come out in a few months. I've been using it for a couple of weeks, although it is a beta version and features are moving here and there all across the operating system. It is the most advanced version of iOS that I have ever used. It combines UI redesign along with functionality, with introduction of widgets on iOS, including Stack widget, which refreshes its content throughout the day. This update also brings a new Translate app with iPhone with offline translation capability as well. This update also focuses heavily on privacy by providing advanced feedback and control to users about what's happening on device, like informing about camera and mic usage.